Alright, man, bring it in, man, bring it in. Whoa, what it do? It's your boy Currency coming to see you with another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Summer Band Battle Jam 2025. I don't like to waste y'all time. Y'all know I like to get straight off into these videos. I just ask that you go subscribe to Band Life Productions for bringing us this footage. So go like his video, original video. Go subscribe and like my stuff too as well. Please, y'all see the goal down there in the corner. Help a brother out. Y'all see the goal, help brother out. I don't like to waste time, so I'm gonna get straight off into this. I'll do all that talking at the end, man. Let's get it, let's go. Make sure I'm screen recording. I am. Let's go.
Let's go.
Port City. Shout out to the man Nick. Okay. Shout out to Nick, he trying to rebuild Port City. Shout out to the brave high school students that's there for the beginning of the rebuild. I'm touching on it like 318. We have too many high school, too many musicians, great musicians. Let's help Nick, man. Like with numbers. Like we got too many musicians in the 318. Too many high schools that be smashing. And it goes for the collegiate level. I'm a fault to this. I'll be crashing out. Yes, I'll be crashing out on internet about the bank. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. But we need to stop all the, y'all know what I'm talking about, but they gonna rebuild.
Let's go, regulators. What you got, regulators?
Shout out to the one Beto. Shout out to the one Beto, man. Keep doing your thing, man. For real. Y'all gonna rebuild.
Remember, y'all stay off the green. Try to stay off the white back.
Who is this? Stick that last note.
Let's go, New 7. Let's go. What you got, New 7? What you got?
Nice little marching tune.
All right. Space City. What you got from in Space City? Let's go, Space City. What you got?
What's going on? What's man? They came out there with Jackson, right? Who's this? going crazy. I like that hello.
Uh-oh. Regulators being regulated.
I like that hello.
Uh-oh. What's he got from a 337? What's he got from a 337? Let's go.
Okay, so. I like that tag. I like that tag.
Listen. So the band's not gonna go in the stands. We got one round left, and then we're gonna do the drum round, 2 cadence each, and then we're gonna stay on the field and furnish the rest of the battle. All right, y'all. So dancers, y'all ain't gotta move. Y'all get y'all some water, and yeah, let's keep the show rolling.
Come on, 318. Come on, 237. Who is this? Houston? I don't know.
7 in the middle.
Okay, that's the regular. Okay. That's not what the everything. I know the song. I know the song. I just can't catch it. Coach David right back up. The last round? Oh no. That's the last round. How we go? Come on, take it. Take it. I understand too. Keep it clean. Okay, come on. Thank you. 3, 2, I think on the rest of the game. Got one note. Alright, bring it in, y'all. Bring it in. Good little battle, man. Good little battle for sure. Shout out to all the ensembles you had. Port City, you had 337, you had the Regulators. Who was the blue band? Was that Houston? Space something? Space City? Was that Space City? Let me know if it is. Please drop it down in the comments. I'm gonna call them the blue band just in case I got it wrong. But y'all, quick breakdown. I'm calling like I see it. And I'm getting out of the bashing programs, definitely the children. I'm trying to get out of that era because I was real bad on that last year about crashing out. If you don't know it, then now you know. If you know me if you know me, you know I'll be crashing out about this band stuff sometimes. But Port City is simply, they obviously in the rebuild. 318. We have plenty of talented musicians in hundreds. I'm not gonna say hundreds, but plenty of high schools that we can use to get numbers and recruitment for the Port City Shreveport 318 All-Star Band. You know, all the way out to Monroe. I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm touch on it light, but rebuild. Y'all, let's get Knicks some numbers, man. Come on now. 337. Regulators. Man, I like that mellow. When they band lock in, because the times where they did lock all the way in, and they was going crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely love what I heard from them. I heard some arrangements that I know the song, but I just couldn't quite catch it. I just really couldn't quite catch it, man. They caught me off guard coming out here with the red. I think one year they won blue, but I think them and 337 and the Regulators are in the same city or close to something like that. Both down South Louisiana program. So definitely love that little mix up, little battle every chance I can get to see it. Definitely watching them, but they mellows, man, which is crazy. Another thing I'm gonna touch on, battles like these, because honestly, it's so hard for me to pick a winner because, and this is not an excuse, it's just my observation of it. It's the instrumentation. You got all these mellows, and then you got two tubas. Then I seen a band with like hella tubas and like, but you know, it is what it is. It's summer band, so it's not like, I'm probably just random. I'm gonna start random, but y'all get what I'm saying. I'm used to hearing the collegiate level, the instrumentation is almost right all the time. So when I come over to the summer band style, kind of a little different, but I can still get my input on it, and I think that they sounded good. 3-7, they sound good. The arrangements, man, I don't know. Not the arrangement, but songs. I just didn't know any of the songs, but that doesn't matter because my genre of music is probably nothing like none of these directors. But yeah, man, they sound good. Pretty much done rambled on for 3 minutes. I basically already said what I had to say. But yeah, shout out to 337. Definitely, man. Like I said, I can't pick a winner, bro. I can't pick a winner. They'll definitely end up in that 2 spot though. It's gonna be out of the Regulators. But I see take that back. I can't say that though, because at times when 337 was winning around, so it's kind of like, honestly, take that back, bro. It's like nobody was able to pull ahead for me, man. But this school right here, not the school, but this program right here, the blue team, the blue squad, please coming down. I think it's Space City. They are small, but they are clean, and they got some nice arrangements. Hey, if I had to pick a winner, it would be them off cleanliness. But the one round I was finna get to, the second to last round, they was messing up and stuff. So I'm like, sheesh. But man, definitely, man, if they had the instrumentation to match the other band's numbers, they definitely would have probably blew them out. But it's just my take on it. I'm just personally love watching this band stuff. So it really don't matter if you was in any of the ensembles. Shout out to you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this, y'all. Comment down y'all opinion, because my opinion is not the only one that matters.